Speaking of Nick Lee, ranked number 2 in the country, 4-0, has yet to be taken down this season. And Dylan D'Amelio, a redshirt freshman for the Buckeyes.
Nick Lee, becoming, one of those Penn State wrestlers that seems like he's been around a long time. He's got this year. He's already said he's going to come back next year. And all of a sudden, when you're a Penn State fan, Nick Lee is someone that will be in your mind all the time because he's been around, and yet his best is yet to come.
You think about the all-gas tank team in the Big Ten. Of course, Gary Traub from Ohio State, Austin DeSanto, Iowa, Nick Lee. He's another guy that has a 60-gallon tank, constant pressure, scores a ton of points. 73 of his 87 career victories, TJ, with bonus points, and he's right back at it with a leg attack.
Well, you know what Nick Lee's going to do. He's steady, nothing rattles him, and you know what he's going to do, and he executes well. In on the single here, going to bring him down for the 2 points.
D'Amelio, a 4-time Ohio State champion.
He's made out of tough stuff, D'Amelio. From a standpoint of his DNA, he's always going to run back to the center. He's a gladiator, obviously very successful in high school, and now going up against a stiff challenge here, but he's not going to back away. He is up for the fight, that's for sure.
D'Amelio began the season 0-3, but he's rattled off 4 straight W's to get over 500. And nice work on bottom. Able to escape 2-1 match.
I'd say this about Nick Lee, but I say it about D'Amelio. You give me a D'Amelio or a Nick Lee on the team, and you've got something special. They're going to make you better in the room. They're going to never embarrass you, but Nick Lee, just a scoring machine.
A goal behind for 2 more. His second takedown makes it 4-1. Big Ten finalist a year ago was Nick Lee, runner-up to Luke Pletcher. Previous 2 years, he was 3rd at the Big Ten championships, 2-time, make it 3-time All-American, pair of 5th-place finishes, and an NWCA first team in 2020. His freshman year, TJ, loses in the first round, comes all the way back to take 5th.
Those are the guys that they've got something special when they lose early, come all the way back, get on the podium, tells you what they're made out of. And that's what Nick Lee's made out of. He's resilience. He keeps coming at you and
1 minute
carries
remains,
a tremendous pace. Shape's never a problem for Nick Lee.
Riding time nearing a minute. Of course, his brothers Joe and Matt on the team as well. We'll see Joe at 165. Interesting note with Nick Lee, TJ. He only lost 2 matches in high school in Indiana, both to Big Ten All-Americans, Stevan Micic and Chad Red Jr. Indiana with some great high school wrestling.
2-point near fall.
And just so hard on top here. He's got that cross face, looking to turn or even set up a cradle if D'Amelio goes the other way. Going there, and Nick Lee's just relentless, and it's hard to be relentless, Shane. It's just hard to beat relentless.
You can't draw it up much better than this. First period, a couple of takedowns, a turn, riding time over 1.5 minutes. You force a stall call on the bottom man. That's how you get it done. Nick Lee, 6-1. He'll take that lead in the second period. We have a huge announcement, and I mean huge announcement coming up at intermission regarding our coverage of the upcoming Big Ten championships. You don't want to miss it. Can't wait to tell the news.
Hey, Red, you got one stop, okay?
Lee will start on bottom. Mention those 2 losses that were at the Indiana State tournament, were those losses for Nick Lee.
1 point
Quick escape for the Nittany line, now 7-1. And you and I were talking earlier, TJ, you look at the last 10 years in the Big Ten at this weight class, 141. Nick Lee is amongst the best.
Well, he is, and you might, if it just all stopped right now, he might not be in the top 3 or 4, but it doesn't stop right now, hopefully, for Nick Lee, and the next couple of years, his trajectory could be going right up close to the top, Nick Lee.
And speaking of the Big Ten at this weight class, you look at the rankings, the Big Ten 1, 2, and 3. Jaden Ironman, Nick Lee, Sebastian Rivera. Bring on the Big Tens. Let's do it tonight. That is going to be fireworks at 141. Just great work from Lee.
Oh, he used that little pass by to the leg there. He's at the edge. He knows how to execute right here. Again, D'Amelio's not going to take a back seat, but Nick Lee might throw him in the back seat. I mean, you know, it's not because of lack of effort for D'Amelio, but this is one of the best wrestlers from a standpoint of technique out there.
You took the words right out of my mouth. He's got that attack rate, and that's great, but his efficiency is second to none.
Well, he's so technically sound, and then you add relentless to it, and it just becomes, you know, looking forward to that Jaden Ironman, Nick Lee matchup, the conflict of styles. We've got that coming up at the Big Ten, so you talked about it. You add Rivera in there. Wow.
Guy like Chad Red ranked 5th in the country at 141.
Look how Nick Lee works with that knee right there. Stretches him out with that right knee on the right knee of D'Amelio. He just stretches, extends him out, but he's always working with his knees to keep the opponent, you know, stretched out, off balance. Doesn't matter whether he's on top here, or he might be from behind when he's maybe picking him up and doing one of the... Look at that right knee right there. See, now watch him. He stretches that out, all with the knee action right there. And now elbows out, able to get those near wrists. Really great technique. You talk about every second counts, every part of the body counts, Shane. Nick Lee, he uses it all.
Lee looking for bonus points here at 141. Penn State leading after the tech fall from Roman Bravo Young at 133. Some good action here on the edge.
Wrestlers are out of bounds.
You know what, you know, Heinzman, that was a great win for Ohio State. Really, really important. But these last two Penn State guys have come out to dominate, Shane. They have come out to dominate it. And so that's what, you know, it's very noticeable.
And when you look at Ohio State's path to victory in this duel, part of the equation is not giving a bonus at 133 and 141. To the seconds, Nick Lee has outscored his opponents 65-11 on this season. You said it before, TJ, this guy comes out to dominate, scores points, wrestles hard every single second. A stalemate with just over 60 seconds left, and we'll bring him back to toe the line, center of the mat.
The thing about Nick Lee, too, is he doesn't make many mistakes. He's strong, he's quick on his feet, he's tenacious in every position, he doesn't make mistakes.
And Big Ten duels 39-2.
You know, when we talk about not making mistakes, if you're just out there to hold position, that's one thing. But with you've talked about with the attack rate of Nick Lee and the efficiency in not making mistakes, it's really impressive.
There you see his defense, the hips, and to go behind for two more. He's one of those guys in conversations with our other partner, Jim Gibbons. He's one of those guys, if you're going to beat Nick Lee, he's a 4 takedown guy. You got to take him down 4 times to beat him.
Action! Redstone, red!
Another stall call, that's a point for Lee. He's got riding time locked up. Gonna fall a little bit short of the tech fall, but it will be a 15-3 major for Penn State's Nick Lee. Another day at the office for the All-American from Indiana.
And at 141 pounds, the winner with a 15-3